Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be. Welcome to today's presentation. Uh, we're going to be discussing ethical issues in the practice of law today. My name is Brian Pizzillo. I'm an attorney based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I practice here in Nevada, as well as Arizona, Colorado, and New Mexico. A little bit of background about myself. I've been an attorney in my 26th year of practice now. I've previously served on the Southern Nevada disciplinary panel dealing with ethical issues when lawyers have complaints brought against them and there are potential disciplinary matters being brought by the state bar. So I have some background and experience in various ethical issues as well as just in general and having practiced law. Uh, I've practiced in the area of construction and development for most of my career. And I also now practice in the areas of data privacy, cybersecurity, and issues like that, which we're actually going to touch on here today in certain areas with regards to our duty as lawyers to be constantly vigilant in our knowledge of all things that affect the practice of law, including technology as it changes and the privacy rights and privacy concerns of a lot of our clients as well as third parties. So we're going to cover a lot of topics here today in our 1 hour together. Obviously, you can only cover so much in 1 hour, and so we're kind of taking a 60,000 foot view of various ethical issues which we all face in the practice of law. We're going to touch on some of the bigger ones, such as forming the attorney-client relationship and, very importantly, ending the attorney-client relationship, governance of non-lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, could include runners and anybody else within a law firm. So duties from the point of view of a managing partner or supervising partner, as well as the duties of a brand new associate right out of law school, and what ethical duties do you have? Because the second you take that oath, you are in fact a practicing attorney and you are held to the same ethical standards as anybody else. We'll be dealing with how to hopefully not have to deal with online reviews that maybe paint you in a negative light, which you can and cannot do in terms of doing that, as well as things such as retainer agreements, fee disputes, our duty of communication with clients, and some nuanced issues along with all of those things. By no means is this a complete and total overview of every ethical issue we have to be concerned about, but it hopefully will give everybody an idea of things to keep in mind in every case that are common in every case, and will hopefully keep everybody on the right side of any ethics complaints, which may or may not ever get filed, hopefully not. But if you practice long enough, you may very well run into a disgruntled client who decides to take an issue to the state bar, even though it may not be legitimate. So with that, let's kind of start with attorney-client relationships. A lot of issues can come about in not understanding when an attorney-client relationship actually exists and when it's formed. So the test for whether an attorney-client relationship does exist is in fact subjective, and it's does the client reasonably believe that the relationship exists. So that's really kind of important. It governs how we behave as attorneys, what statements we make, how we hold ourselves out when we're dealing with people. If for some reason we're talking to somebody and we're giving the reasonable kind of appearance that we are representing them or we are giving them legal advice, if they subjectively believe that a relationship exists, that the attorney-client privilege exists, it will. Even if we don't intend for that to happen. So that's why we always have to be careful in terms of who we talk to, how we talk to them, and when we talk to them. Those kind of cocktail party conversations when we're talking with somebody and they hear you're a lawyer and they start asking questions, those can actually be very dangerous, and they're a landmine of potential ethical issues. So be careful. You don't want to form an implied contract. Because that can and does happen.